here we talk about our debilitated turtles. This is something we see fairly often in our subadult and adult patients here at the center. And it also talks about things that live on the sea turtles, and this is actually a very important part of their life cycle. The fancy name is known as epibiota, which just means things living on the back of the shell. So in many cases it can be barnacles, sea anemones, leeches, algae, crabs, all sorts of creatures use the turtle shell as a home. And in return they provide camouflage for the turtle when they're down resting at the bottom of the ocean. However, in these debilitated turtles we'll typically see an overload of epibiota, too many things on the back of the shell that actually begin to weigh the turtle down and even take away from that nice streamlined shape of the shell. I mean, you may have heard of boaters, scraping barnacles off the bottom of their boat for similar reasons.
I had to do this recently.
Absolutely. So you have a nice streamlined shape on your boat. Same reason here for the sea turtles. Too many can slow them down, but a good moderate light amount does help them camouflage. And one interesting thing that I like to point out at this exhibit is that this wallpaper on the exhibit is a zoomed in picture of a turtle shell. So everything you see on this wallpaper was living on the back of a sea turtle.
Okay. And again, this is a common phenomena for adult turtles?
Absolutely. We see this debilitated turtle syndrome in many cases here at the center. And unfortunately, we often don't know the cause. They often come with a lot of symptoms that are masking each other, so it's difficult to say what caused that debilitated state for those particular patients. One thing we want to do here at the center as well, you see behind you here, we call this our Living with Loggerheads exhibit. Often when we think of sea turtles, we think of crystal clear, beautiful water in the Caribbean, and your hawksbill sea turtle swims by on the coral reef, and it's a beautiful picture. But here off the coast of Georgia, it really is a little bit different. You may have noticed our water is not quite as clear, not quite as blue. It's more rocky bottoms. So this is kind of the environment that the loggerheads are hanging out on off of Georgia, which is a little bit different from the picture book idea of sea turtles out in the ocean. And it just helps explain why they need this epibiota, why they need the things living on the back of their shell to help them camouflage out in the wild.